Just a bit of update on my low life SRS character. I gave Coruscating Elixir a bit of a test. They recently buffed it to have a 100% increased duration on it, moving it up from 4-second duration flask to 8 seconds. With quality that's 8.8 seconds. And I thought maybe that'd be enough to tackle any chaos damage. You wouldn't have to use a Shavs. You could get a high ES chest or use something like a Vis Mortis. Ultimately I found it a bit, I'd say, annoying. It got me from level 87 to 88.5 before I died, and you'll be able to see it in this clip here, but you really need to be killing continuously to have that flask up, even with the 8 to 10 seconds. And if you ever go to loot like those zombies that drop chaos damage, clouds, or any monster that leaves behind some sort of chaos damage when they're dead, strong boxes that leave chaos damage, you end up potentially dying when there's no mobs to kill, because if you use the flask then you have to rush 8 or 10 seconds to get to some mobs. It just becomes annoying, but it's viable to an extent. I did quite a few maps with poison on hit and a lot of chaos snakes and all that sort of stuff without dying, but what ultimately got me was an exile that spawned Desecrated Ground, and I went to loot her and didn't realise that she'd left a left a bit of chaos right at her body, and it killed me. I think you'd have to go around and get reduced flask charges used and increased duration, something like that, to get 3 uses out of the flask to make it 100% reliable. The fact that you need it up all the time, and although you could get really high chaos resist and just use your golem to regenerate through that degen type of damage, it's just so much easier to get Solaris Lorica quite cheap, and then eventually transition to Shavs when you get a bit of currency. It'll suit for leveling in softcore. Beep. I forgot that Exile drops chaos damage traps or something like that.